All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. We're back at PSI, but also I gotta talk about the wheels, right? Because these are the wheels that you're not used to, because there's a story behind that. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll link the thumbnail right over here and also in the description. Check that video out. But Sean, we're here to talk about the G80, G82. The brake dust on these cars are horrendous, right?
Yeah, it's been a complaint, since day one. It was a complaint that I had when I first got the G8X. A lot of customers come in and I ask them, how are you enjoying your car? What do you think? They're like, I love the car, but the pads and the brakes are noisy and they have a ton of dust. So I work with a buddy of mine that worked on a lot of motorsport pads and a lot of motorsport compounds, and we came up with the SP1 pad, which is a special compound that reduces dust, I would say 80%, and it doesn't change the pedal feel that you're used to from the M cars. So that was the goal, and these are actually the OEM shape. So this is a pure plug and play setup you can install that really cuts down the brake dust. And for me, it's a life changer, because I wake up, wash my car when I go to Cars and Coffee on a Sunday. Cars and Coffee's 10 miles away. By the time I drive 10 miles, my wheels are trashed and they're running down brake dust on the side. And Ken had a similar kind of story, like with his car.
All the time, and it's always, for me, like, you could wash the car, and then by the time I get to Cars and Coffee or a BMW event, I'm already looking at the wheels. I'm always looking to clean them, and to be honest, it kind of stresses me out. I know it stresses you out too, about having dirty wheels. So I go out there, clean them, but there's also a solution now. Sean at PSI actually developed these brake pads to alleviate those issues. And you guys have them for a lot of different other platforms too, right?
Yeah, we're developing them also for the F8X platform for both the standard brakes and the F87 competition brake shapes. So it's just about the compound and about, this is not a crazy aggressive pad either. It's meant to calm it down. It's meant to have a nice feel, but the dust is almost eliminated. It's crazy. Reese from R44, so when his G81 was here and we did all that work to it, we did some exhaust work, we did some CSF parts to it, he was ranting and raving about how his brand new wheels that he just picked up at Boston in Miami were already trash. And I said, well, you need to run our brake pads. And he's like, what are you talking about? We put them on the car, and then he drove the car from here all the way out to California, and then Ken saw it.
Yeah, to speak about that. Number one, Reese is a maniac when he drives. If you guys haven't seen it, you'll see on the overlapping B-roll. But literally, he was driving it hard all day, and he mentioned about the brake pads. I went to his wheel, I swiped up, and I was amazed of how minimal brake dust there was on the wheel. So at that point, I knew Sean was the source of it, right? So I was like, Sean, we need to get those brake pads on my car because it stresses me out having them. And I actually have them brake pads on the car. And the funny thing is, I just drove 3 hours and there's zero dust on the wheels. But Sean, one of the things that you mentioned earlier was that it doesn't produce any noise, because when people have the stock brakes, a lot of the complaints are the dust and also the noise, right? Going on those low speeds when you're braking, that produces a noise, but you could bed them in and get rid of that noise, but it's not 100%.
Yeah, I mean, the OEM pads are designed by M. They work, and they work at the track too. They work in really high performance driving. But it means that when you're doing a lot of low-speed driving, like daily driving, going to the bank, going to the office, that you're going to build up a lot of compound on the surface of the pad, and that's what causes the noise. So a lot of customers have complained of noise that do not have the PSI pads. We take the car out and bed in the brakes, which fixes it, but it only fixes it temporarily, because when they go 2 more weeks of slow driving and they're not using the pads as they're supposed to be used, they're going to get the noise back. And it's a common complaint. You can also read on the forums all about it. But the other thing Ken and I had been talking about is, so a lot of people do PPF, and it's preventative damage to the front, preventative damage from going to the track and from highway. Ken has his setup that he washes his car from Matt from Obsessed Garage. Everybody has the comfort of washing a car at home with your stuff. Then if you go 5 minutes down the road and your wheels are dirty, that adds to the stress too, because you don't want to wipe your wheels and scratch them.
No.
You want to go back home and clean your car. Well, you're trying to go to Cars and Coffee. So this is going to kind of help with that. And I always say this is a life-changing mod, because for me, my stress level goes down when I use stuff like this, because obviously then I can use the car and it's not as dirty, and it's just much easier.
And the funny thing is, I've gone to Cars and Coffee where you actually see me with detail spray, and I'm actually wiping my wheels down, and then I'm just drenched in sweat. Then I can't really enjoy it. So that happens. I'm not gonna lie, that happens all the time. But I'm actually excited because we have a show in 2 weeks at the Invasion in Orlando, and I have these new brake pads on, so I don't have to worry about from the hotel ride to the event. So I'm excited. I know this is a product that you could probably pre-order, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have it on our, we've been selling them a lot, but we're gonna put this on a pre-order because I have a big amount of stock coming in. So if you click on the link that he'll have in there, you can actually pre-order the pads. They're coming in about 3 weeks.
Okay.
3 or 4 weeks. We'll have them about the end of February, a bunch of sets. So go ahead and get ordered. It's a waiting list, first come, first serve kind of basis.
I'm telling you, you're not gonna regret it, because when I was driving it, what I can describe is that there's more of a bite to the brake pad. It's not significant where it feels less than OEM, but it feels very nice.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the point. I mean, it's cool, and we've been testing a lot, and you know, we're going to keep coming out with more because now we have the guys with the X5Ms coming in with the same complaints, and we're going to have guys with the new M5 coming in. It's going to be the same. So we're going to keep making them. Thanks for the support. Thanks for coming to see us, Ken.
Yeah, and you don't have to go with the carbon ceramics. Because I had ideas of maybe retrofitting carbon ceramics, and that's like a $10,000 job sometimes, right?
Yeah. 100%. It's even more. I mean, I think a customer got quoted like $16K for all the parts.
Yeah, I'm good.
And then you have $2,500 rotors that you'll have to replace at some point. That, you know, obviously is more down the road. So
yeah.
It's just another thing to think about. I wanted to offer to the community because it helped me. So might as well throw it out to you guys.
If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But if you guys haven't checked out their social media, definitely check out the YouTube channel. They have a lot of good information about BMWs, the history, performance, and obviously modifications. So, Sean, anything else to say to people?
No, just thanks a lot. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel. I'm a lot more on a technical focused channel because of the shop and everything that I've learned over the 16 years that we've had the shop. But Ken is kind of reaching out to you. It's kind of a cool way to watch our channel and Ken's because you get the different perspective from an owner of a car, owner of a YouTube channel, and then me, owner of a shop, and the stuff that we work on. So it's a great way to like bounce from back and forth on the channel. So just want to point that out.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you guys on the next video. Actually, Ken, we're not done with this video yet. I had to come here and chime in with you guys. It's been about a month since I've had these brake pads on, and I had to mention exactly what my experience was. These brake pads, and I have to admit with Sean, these are a game changer. The amount of brake dust that's not on the car now because of this is significant. If you guys were to wash the car, drive the car for about 30 minutes or an hour, and then see how much dust is on your wheels, it's a lot. It's just the amount of dust that comes off of it. It's just a lot. But check these wheels out. I just drove about an hour, hour and a half, right? And this is how much brake dust is on the wheels. All right, let's check these out. That is all the brake dust that's on my wheels right now. That is such a light coating for the amount of driving I did. And obviously, the rears, when you check the rears out too, which, you know, I'm gonna make this quick, it's probably gonna be even less than this because it's a smaller caliber. But you gotta think about this. This massive caliber with these brake pads and the amount of driving I just mentioned earlier, that's the only brake dust that's on it is absolutely insane. So what I'm gonna need to do for this and for you guys is to give you a long-term review. But if you guys are looking into getting a set of brake pads that provide the performance, right, provide the audible experience, right? Because you're not going to have any noises with this. And also to a point of the most important for me, you know, for you guys, is how much significant less brake dust you have on these pads. I can tell you this, for the past month, it's been one of the best modifications, especially when you have intricate wheels where it's a little bit difficult to clean, or even the stock wheels, right? I definitely wanted to thank Sean over at PSI for developing these brake pads and also giving me the opportunity to showcase it on this channel. And when I'm telling you guys, these are a game changer, they are absolutely a game changer. If you guys are looking to purchase these brake pads, I'm gonna leave the link down below in the description. And also Sean has given me a discount code to give you guys to save yourself some money. And now for me, I don't have to worry about going to Cars and Coffee and having a dirty wheel because people are gonna look at these wheels and they're gonna look at possibly next couple set of wheels, and that's a hint. And I don't wanna showcase a dirty wheel. So I don't have to worry about cleaning the wheels when I get to the location. And now I have that less stress. And I know a lot of you guys that do watch the videos on this channel could relate. And this is a great opportunity for you to swap out your pads and to have that stress relief, right? And I definitely want to thank you guys for the past couple of videos. The support has been absolutely incredible. And stay tuned. There's so much more content coming. I know you guys are gonna enjoy it. But other than that, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. And I'll see you guys on the next video.